All right, I'm gonna do another video today. We're gonna talk about some duck calls, some old duck calls that I feel like were fantastic calls back in the day. The setup for call making when I was growing up, and it was more for teaching. All right, nowadays the setup for call making is more for selling and competing, and not competing on the stage in Stuttgart, but competing against one another. My call is better than this guy, and this call is better than this guy, and this call reach out. Let me be honest with you about duck calls, and I hope this just settles the score. There ain't nothing that separates a good duck call from the next good duck call, but one thing alone: that person behind it. All right. I've seen great duck callers that can run the hell out of echoes, but can't run an RNT. All right. And vice versa. I've seen great duck callers that can run RNT, but can't run an echo. I've seen guys that can blow the hell out of a Kurt McCullum cut down call, but anybody else out there trying to make a cut down call, they can't run it. So I'm not taking anything away from the craft. I will never do that. And I'm not taking anything away from the quality of a duck call. I'll never do that. What I'm saying is this: if you find a duck call that fits you, stick with that maker, stick with that call brand, and run the hell out of it till the day you die. All right. Like I say, I feel like there's right now there's a lot of debating going on in duck call. It is unnecessary. So, but the point is of making this video is to kind of roll back things and show you something here. Now, the guys are old that were making duck calls. Man, they made duck calls for one reason and one reason alone. Well, two. I'll say two. One was to kill birds. Two was to make it easy for you as a new duck hunter. Back then, their mind was, as a kid growing up, to learn how to duck call, make it easy for you. All right, make it very understandable, because it was a new thing. It was like, you're taking these, in some cases in Louisiana, taking cane sticks and whittle them down and stick something in there and make a duck sound. Up north, they're taking, oak or hickory or something like that and whittling it down, and they're sticking metal reeds in there. And then, down here in the South, we were taking things, boat arc and stuff, and whittling it down and putting in plastic reeds, so it was kind of confusing, like a lot of people didn't know how to present. So the call makers, when they did make their call, they made it for two reasons. And you will see this. There's more documentation back in the day of how to blow a duck call than there is today. We got stuff on YouTube, but people aren't teaching how to blow a duck call. They want to show you that they can blow a duck call. You know what I mean? If you look at some of my videos, I don't blow duck calls a whole bunch, because for what? I mean, I don't want you to really, it's not about me showing you I can blow. I'll talk more about a duck call than I will blowing it. Sometimes I will blow it, and I probably blow these as a reference point, but I'm not going to, okay, now here's how you do it. Here's how you do a hen, and stick the duck call to my mouth. I'll talk about it. All right, go back and look at some of my videos. I do a lot of talking about it. But there are more references of how to blow a duck call. Back in the day, I have old albums. Give me a second. I'm going to grab something here. I wasn't even ready. That's another thing about me. I'm the real deal. Look at here. I have more albums on how to blow duck calls, okay? CDs, DVDs. I got all these things on, and they really teach you. I mean, they're really teaching you how to blow a duck call, okay? They're really teaching you. All right. Hell, in most cases, some of these albums, it sounds like they're really out in the wild. doing that while they're teaching how to do it. It seemed like they're right there. It seemed like they're right there in the hole. But so I'm gonna tell you a secret that's out there right now. It's on. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's on eBay. And hopefully, when I tell you this, either if you're selling yours, you'll keep it, or those that are being sold will sell the hell out. But there is a call out there that is by PSO. All right. And this call was designed kind of like it's a little toy instrument we used to have when we were kids. I think a kazoo or something like. I can't really remember the name of it, but you just put it in your mouth, just and it will just blow. All right. But here it is, right here. This call, right here. I'm telling you right now. Look at the mouthpiece. It has a nipple right there. So when you were in the woods, you could hold on to it. All right. And not lose it. All right. If you notice, it doesn't have a place for a lanyard, but these guys stick it in the pocket. Old guys smoked them cigars and stuff back then. And, you have a spot for a cigar and you have a spot for your duck call. Also, what I like about this duck call is it unscrews. Look how they were thinking back then. This sucker unscrews. Look at it. Look at that. You can cut this down as well. Every call could be modified if you know what you're doing. Every call could be modified if you know what you're doing. Also, the famous keyhole, everybody talking about, there it is. I've seen these calls on eBay go for anywhere from $30 up to $400. The ones that's $400, that'd be like this one right here is made out of Bakelite. That'd be the Bakelite or something better. But yeah, man. But this call here, now, like I say, if you try to blow it the typical way that we blow a duck call, it ain't gonna do right. Now watch this. You see what I'm saying? It's not. It's too much power. This sucker just. Just all I'm doing is just putting air in it. Now, of course, I have my hand to kind of channel that sound. But look here. This is a forgiving call. All right. Now, I couldn't do this with a regular call. Just the way that I was presenting that air in here, I couldn't do that with a regular call because the way it's bored out and channeled out and all that type of stuff. But this one right here, man, the way they made this for a kid, it's you give it to a kid, let them have fun. Just let them have fun. But what I'm saying is this call was designed for teaching first and then killing birds. And that's it. That's it. It was nothing more to it. And I'm sure back then they probably sold these for 99 cents, $2 at the most. But great call. You need to get you one added to your duck call arsenal. You can put on the shelf or you can put on the lantern. All right. But that PSO, I don't know the exact name of it, but I'll let you look at that shape again. You'll see them laying on eBay just like that. All right. You need to get yourself one of those. Now, another call maker that was all about teaching was Charles. Excuse me, not Charles. I'm thinking Charles Petty, which he's definitely about teaching. But Carson's calls. All right, Carson's championship calls. All right. If you get a chance to get one of those calls, very forgiving, very forgiving, easy to learn on, and if you ever run across some of his old tapes, which I have some of those down there as well, old tapes, old videos, get it. All right. Awesome stuff, man. I mean, this guy teaches you exactly what it takes to be able to be a good duck caller. And I have one of his old, this is just a training call. This is nothing, like I say, nothing that you take out in the woods, you know. It is, you know, just old Arkansas J frame. But once again, a very forgiving call. So you want to focus on the quack first in any call. All right. Overpowering a call to get a high ball hail call out of it, or all these fancy fees. This one right here, I could feel when I was doing that, I could feel like the air escaping. It wasn't hitting 100% down that tone board. It was escaping in this call. And because this call was just simply give it to a kid, go out in the woods, and let them say their ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, 3 blind mice in the call, okay? ABC. 3 blind mice. 1, 2, 3. Real quick cuts. And that will teach you how to present to the bird. But if you notice this one right here, accept it at all. ABC, 1, 2, 3, 3 blind mice. That's the basis of teaching a kid how to quack. If you can get them to do that, they'll learn it. I'm telling you. But these 2 calls right here, Carlson's championship calls and the PSO, are probably the best calls for teaching a kid. The calls that you guys are making nowadays, they're just too advanced. They're just too advanced to even train a child on. But once again, I feel like we've gotten into the commercialism of trying to make the best call, trying to make a call that impresses the hell out of people. And it's rather than thinking of the new and upcoming duck hunters, like the children out there. So if you get back to that, I feel like you're going to bring more kids in. You're going to keep them excited about the game. And who knows? You might just be the next PSO Charles. Anyway, thanks for listening to this. It's just my little rant. It's what it is. Tune in for the next one.